Good afternoon from Southeast Asia. This will be episode number 265 of the new versions of the alienanalprobe.com. See, I got my list. Transmissions. Yeah, that's it. Whatever. That works for this. All tapes are copyright 2023. Whatever year it is. I don't know. Don't care. By stockphotosworldwide.com. Okay. Quickly. Everybody knows we have a giant collection. Started out 9,400 reports of alien something probings. Quite a few. Now we're down to 8,000 reports. And we go through them one by one, line by line, and look for bullshit. We find it pretty often, probably the majority of the time. If there's no obvious bullshit, if there is obvious bullshit, we delete it. It's gone. If there's no obvious bullshit, then we assign it some degree of credibility. And the way we do that is we take a little pinch of sand and we drop it in a bucket. There's a picture of the bucket on the website, alienanalprobe.com, or theyclaim.com, okay, we drop it in the bucket. First we kick out the cat. That's Frankenberry. And Frankenberry the Terrible, that's how he wants to be referred to. God. And we drop the sand in there anyway, and if the bucket's ever full, we believe in aliens. Okay, that's what it was. Jesus Christ, that's our mission here. As of 265, the bucket is pretty close to 91% full. Not quite 91%, 90.4, maybe something like that. I don't know. Percent. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. We are aboard the Titan II, looking out there at Titanic, waiting for it to, rise up to the surface or something like that. I was going to say something. My business used to be raising shipwrecks, 131 of them. If they would have had the capabilities within 20 years of that turkey going down, it could have been raised. It probably wouldn't have been worth it, but technically it could have. It would have cost, several large fortunes. Oh, God, it would have been hard. It would have been really stinking hard. Maybe it couldn't have been raised. No, maybe not. Maybe that's, no. I don't see how, really. Okay, anyway. Now it's just sitting there like a lump, rotting away, and that's fine. I wish it would just, dust to dust, disappear, so people would stop going down there, trying to look at it like us. I mentioned in the last tape, we're still on the same, voyage down there from the last tape, 264, I guess. It was so nice and quiet down here. We just decided to stay. No, that's not really it. We're here because we developed a tiny malfunction. What the hell? But no problem really. We'll get that sorted out in no time. Head back up probably like tomorrow, the next day, something like that. Anyway, the people said, "Why the hell did you go down there again?" And we said, well, because we ain't stupid like those other people on the Titan 1. Or the Titan, didn't have a 1, but they built theirs out of carbon fiber. That stuff's really, 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 really strong, but I question, now I can question it with good reason, whether it's good for that particular application. I don't think it is. Well, I don't have to think anymore. I can say proof positive it's not good for that application. So, we, being much smarter, we built ours out of fiberglass. And, so far we haven't imploded. We have some tiny malfunctions, like I said, but, not really any big deal we have to worry about. We got a bucket here, we can bail. No problem. Okay, so we got really bad news. Oh, no, oh man, I had a little bottle of tears. I was gonna make a tear. I got a little squeeze bottle. I forgot it. I'm not gonna go get it now. Really bad news. Really sad. Frankenberry is dead. Tragic. He didn't want to go on the submarine. He said, "No, fuck that shit. I'll fucking die down there." And then, so we went without him. And then they sent a message down, that he's dead anyway. He fell out the window, Normally, when I throw him out there from 26 floors, he lands on his feet. A little bush down there, And this time, I don't know, people said the wind caught him or something, but he landed on the pavement on his back, Whatever the hell. Okay. No, he's not dead. I lied. But we do have really bad news. The news is that we might have to restart the RSS feeds. That's fucking bad news. We hate those things. Globally, RSS traffic has been declining steadily. We've got a graph on alienanalprobe.com. There's a graph there showing worldwide use of RSS feeds over the last 18 years, something like that. And it's been a ski slope for the last, I don't know, 10 years. Let's see, 23. Yeah, probably 10, 12 years, something like that. Worldwide, it's been a downward ski slope. The weird thing is, if you Google around and you Google things like, is RSS getting better or worse, you'll find about 50% of the websites say, "Oh my God, it's taken off. It's coming back. Oh hell, it's the newest, greatest thing." And of course, they don't have any stats at all to back that up. There's not one. The other half of the websites will say, "No, it's fucked. It's done. It's over." Look at the graphs. Look at the graphs. They don't lie. The graphs all say the same thing. It's okay. It's a nosedive. So which one are you going to believe? The weird thing is, the moment that we announced that we weren't supporting RSS anymore, within 24 hours, our traffic for RSS went up. Subscribers went up. Everything went up. We're just left, our heads spinning, smoke shooting out of our ears. I don't know what the hell that means. And it has continued for the month or so that we have not been updating them. And people are saying, "Oh man, we really miss the RSS." And we're saying, "Well, fuck you, we don't. Life is a hell of a lot better without them." So I don't know. It's looking like we're probably, God damn it, we're probably going to have to restart them. Oh, they're still on there. The old ones are still on there. We'll have to upload all the ones we've done since we stopped. Oh, jeez, getting bandwidth here in the stupid little shit country we're in, which shall remain nameless. It's like sucking the ocean through a swizzle stick. You're not going to get much. So trying to upload stuff is really, really problematic. Anyway, so that's our bad news. We have to restart RSS. So if you were an RSS aficionado, that's a lot worse than Frankenberry going to the great cat box, All right. So we, as I mentioned quite often, we finished almost all of our reports from olden days, 3,000 years ago, whatever. Our oldest one on the database now is 1859, and we're trying to get up to the point where they start making more sense, which is about 1900. We've only got a few more to go before we're up to 1900, because we picked through them and picked through them and picked through them, and we're going to do just one more tonight to get it out of here. Okay, Robinsonville, Wisconsin, October 9th, 1859. God, I hate these. I don't know what this one's going to say, but I know it's going to be just hideously horrible. Okay, time is afternoon. Adele Bryce was on her way to the grist mill with a sack of wheat on her head. Well, no, I'm not going to go for the bait. With a sack of wheat on her head. And as she came near the place, she saw a lady in white. Oh, God, no, not another one. Oh, please, God, no more. No more apparitions of ladies in white named Mary. Really, really. All that shit, all these apparitions of ladies in white named Mary went on for hundreds of years all around the world. And they pretty much stopped right around 1900. So that's why we're so goddamn anxious to get to 1900. I know what this is going to be. I know exactly what it's going to be. Okay, she saw a lady in white standing between two trees, one a maple, the other a hemlock, as if, who the hell cares? Adele was frightened and stood still. Why? It's a lady. It's just a lady dressed in white. God, must be a snowflake. I see. No, I'm not going to go political. I don't want to. The vision slowly disappeared, leaving a white cloud after it. Okay, now you can be scared. Adele continued on her errand. Wait a minute. You see something like that and you just continue on to the grist mill? I'd be throwing down that sack of wheat and running home screaming for my mommy. But she just continues on, nonplussed. She continued on her errand and returned home without seeing anything more. On the following Sunday, she had to pass on her way to Mass at Bay Settlement. This time, she was not alone. Oh, God, they're both going to see it. But was accompanied by her sister Isabel and a neighbor, Mrs. Vander Neeson. Yeah, okay. When they came near the trees, the same lady in white was at the place where Adele had seen her before. Oh, God. I almost don't have to read it. I can just, okay, let's do this. I'm going to tell you what it's going to say. The lady in white is going to say, build a chapel here and try to collect a really, really lot of money, and it'll be a great little church, and the pastor's going to get really, really rich, and do it. If you don't do it, Satan's going to come and probe your ass, lady. That's what's going to happen, I can tell you. Okay, so Adele was again frightened and said, almost in a tone of reproach, "Oh, there is that lady again, that bitch." It's like she said it like that. The other two did not see anything. Oh, okay, Adele's fucking crazy. There we go. The other two did not see anything, but they could tell by Adele's look that she was afraid because she's fucking crazy. Why is this in my database? Soon to be gone from my database. Adele then saw the lady disappear as the first time, and all she could see was a little mist or white cloud. Okay. Schizophrenic much. After Mass, her two companions and a man who was clearing land for the Holy Cross Fathers at Bay Settlement accompanied Adele. As they approached the hallowed spot, Adele could see the beautiful lady clothed in dazzling white with a yellow sash around her waist. Again, I guess. I don't know. Her dress fell... Oh, God, I thought she was going to say the dress fell off. And Then some other stuff happened. No. It says her dress fell to her knees in graceful folds. Well, that could kind of sort of mean like it came off, right? It fell down to her knees. Oh my God. I don't think it's proper to be saying suggestive shit like this in the presence of the Mother Mary. I don't fucking care. Because I don't believe that shit. Okay, her dress fell to her knees in graceful folds. Okay, who can see it this time? Adele could see it. So far, only stupid, crazy Adele. Okay. And her long, golden, wavy hair fell loosely around her shoulders. Overcome by this heavenly light and the beauty of her amiable visitor, Adele fell to her knees. Okay, what's with that? And her companions are looking on in shock. Like, oh, you stupid cow. It's so fucking crazy. We're just going to leave you. At this point, the mysterious lady told Adele only, I am the Queen of Heaven. Wait a minute now. God didn't have no daughters or wives either. Neither did Jesus. I am the Queen of Heaven. I think that's bullshit. I think it's Bride of Satan or Chucky, one or the other, who prays for the conversion of sinners, and I wish you to do the same. Well, I do every single day, even though I don't believe in God, but I do believe in the Great Pumpkin, and I ask the Great Pumpkin every day, maybe 200-300 times, you see that fucker over there doing that bad shit? Kill that son of a bitch, please. Just fucking lightning. I don't care, just do it. Do it in some way where I'm not implicated. Just fucking kill him, okay? Because we don't need him here on this earth. Or her, him or her, they or them or it. You received Holy Communion this morning, and that is well. Oh, God, but you must do more. You must get money for me. Make a general confession and offer communion for the conversion of sinners. Where the fuck is the fucking aliens? If they do not convert and do penance, my son will be obliged to punish them. Who's their son? Satan, for Christ's fucking sake. Soon the manifestation then lifted her hands as though beseeching a blessing for those at her feet, and slowly vanished, leaving Adele overwhelmed and prostrate. Wait. No, not prostate. Prostrate on the ground. This is fucking bullshit. Oh, God, that was... No, I can't do it anymore. Please, God. Okay, credibility or not, fuck you. Okay, here's... how many more we got? Oh, we got one more before we're at 1900. And this is good because this comes from Wales, comes from one of these consonant place names only. There's no fucking vowels in here. Why do they do that? I want to hear somebody pronounce this goddamn fucking turkey thing. CWMDWR. That's the name of a goddamn fucking town in Wales. Well, some of my distant family was from there, and they were crazy sons of bitches too, and nobody liked them. All of us Scottish people, we fucking hated them. We didn't like them. We just didn't like them. They were just cranky, rude, insolent. Fucking... God damn it. I don't know where my distant part of the family came from, but I don't. Maybe it would have been fuck you. I want to hear somebody pronounce that because I don't think it can be done. August 1862, last one before 1900. Thank you, Jesus. And the Great Pumpkin and Chucky also. Times 1400. Two men, David Evans and Evan Lewis, had stopped their horses for a rest opposite to a farm known as, oh, got another one, fucking shit. And were looking in the direction. What is their fucking language? Do they have any vowels in their entire goddamn language? Or is it just, like you got a mouthful of stones? Like those Brits. Those fucking Brits. That's what they sound. No, wait. No, that's the Germans. Oh, yeah, okay. The Brits speak Swahili, I forgot. Okay, and we're looking in the direction. Wait, I fucked this up so bad. Two men, David Evans and Evan Lewis, that's a coincidence, had stopped their horses for a rest opposite to a farm known as and were looking in the direction of a hillside not far off when they noticed several little figures walking up a hill on a winding footpath. Gotcha. I'm so excited to be near the end of it. As they reached the top of a hill, the little men jumped up and made a circle. Okay, and began dancing in earnest. Oh, the little troll fairy fucking shit thing, something like that. Gnomes. Suddenly, all the little men suddenly scattered in different directions and disappeared from sight. Oh yeah, fairies. It's fairies. Fucking. Jesus Christ. I will say that the family we had from Wales was analytical. They were Spock's doctors. No, not doctors. Spock from Star Trek. Spock. They were logical, cold, icy. Nobody fucking liked them. We respected their logic. But other than that, we didn't want them around. If we had a calculation to do, we just sent it to them and they do it. That's all they were fucking good for. They didn't even get invited to the birthdays. All right. I don't do fairies. Okay, I can't. Okay, now we're in 1900 and up. So, but right now I got to do more modern stuff because my brain can't take it. Baloo River Campsite, Queensland, Australia. Snakes galore. June 22nd, 1977, times 2300, 11 o'clock at night. Albert Smith, 47, was at his southwest Queensland camp when he observed three lights in the sky. They moved slowly toward him, descending into a copse of nearby trees, each one now seen as a cigar-shaped object, vertically inclined like rockets. Wow. Huh. And sitting on a five-legged landing gear. Okay, well, that's interesting because I think it's only once or twice I've heard of cigar-shaped things being vertically oriented. Must be a Musk rocket, you know? And it's pretty uncommon that we hear about 5 landing struts, landing legs. Usually there's 3 or 4. Probably 3 more than anything else. 5. I don't know why. Why would there be 5? I mean, you would have to level them. Manually or automatically. I mean, at least some of the legs would have to telescope in and out to make the thing level. That's what they're doing. I get it. They're so tall. They're standing upright like a rocket. They're so tall that they really need extra positive support. They can't risk tipping when like, you know, the hyperdrive is shut down or some goddamn thing, you know. Interesting. They don't want a truckload of drunken yahoos ramming their 4x4 into it and knocking it over. Then they're fucked. 5-legged. Okay, well, that makes sense to me. If it's something really tall, you've got to be really, really sure you can keep it upright. Okay. See, if you had, let's say, you had a tall rocket thing and you landed there on its ass, and you had 3 struts came down, you know, like a tripod, and it's all stable and everything's hunky-dory and it's fine, except after a little while, one of the struts sinks into some soft muck, you know. Maybe you landed on somebody's old septic tank or something like that. And, when I was a kid, a neighbor had a septic tank that overflowed, I guess. It was under the ground, you know, under the front yard. And it overflowed, I guess, and overflowed for a really long time, and it stank and stank and stank. But you couldn't see anything except this really weird phenomenon. The whole front yard more and more and more over a year or two, like it was inflating. like, like there was a huge balloon under there. And it was somebody was blowing it up. And it just got bigger and bigger. But it was a whole front yard. You know, it was not a small area. And in that part of the country, everybody had really nice, healthy lawns. So the turf was strong. And we used to run back and forth on that thing. It was like running back and forth over the top of a water balloon. We would play on it. And you could put a little kid on one end, and then you run and jump on the other side of the yard, and a big old wave would go over across the yard, take about 3-4 seconds, something like that, and you could bump that little kid into the air. It was horrible. And it was just raw liquid sewage under there. That's all it was. This was an area, a suburb of really well manicured homes and gardens and shit. And this and they mowed the fucking grass. They mowed it. It was nicely trimmed. It was an underground lake underneath the sewage. Okay, funny the things you think of. You know, stupid little things can trigger you. Okay, so what if they landed on that? You know, thinking everything was cool. You know, about 6 minutes later, one or two, the legs, you know, pokes through, and it falls over on its side. Then say it again, they're fucked. Okay, a large group of figures were seen emerging amidst dazzling lights. This is 77. A large group. How many in the group? Oh, it says late at night, 2300. Okay. Well, okay. Figures were seen emerging amidst dazzling lights. The witness claims that for the next 2 days, 35... Oh, this is getting interesting. Okay. A large group of figures were seen emerging amidst dazzling lights. The witness claims, only one witness, that for the next 2 days, 35 human-like aliens visited him from a place called Begua. God. Okay. Their leader... Oh, God. See, this is... Any credibility this had is sliding down a really slippery slope here when they start quoting English names with vowels in the right places. It's possible, you know, aliens, you know, he could walk out there, he could say, hey man, where are you from? And they could translate, you know, maybe they know English, okay, and they can say anything they want, you know, they can say fucking Venus, you know, how are we gonna know? So maybe they just make up a name, or they make an English name that sounds kind of like the sound they make when they say the name of their planet in their language. If they have a language, you know, it's reaching. When they start to go down this English road, it's reaching. Their leader identified himself as, see, here we go, Bainar, yeah, right. The being's skin was blue-gray, and the men were dressed in what looked like gray. Oh, come on now. You can read this. See, in the old days, you couldn't read this. You just had to wait for me to say stupid shit that I was reading, but now you can read it. Fucking hell. Unless maybe if you're on a phone, it's going to be hard, but... Okay, the being's skin was blue-gray, and the men were dressed in what looked like gray, business-like suits. Oh, 3 hours sleep. Yeah, thank you. Gray business suits, 35 aliens. Good God Almighty. One woman, oh, here we go, come. One woman told him she was more than 400 years old. Well, did she look it? You know, that's the key. I don't care. I'll take him up 300, 350, you know, as long as they look okay. 400, I don't know. You gotta show me the pictures. 77, this is 1977. He didn't have a goddamn camera. They spoke English, but only in whispered tones, communicating by hand and telepathically as well. All right. This one's circling the drain, okay? They seemed to know what he was going to ask before he did. Well, that's a good line because that's been reported many, many times. Really, that's a good line. That helps dig him out of that hole just a teensy little bit. People report that when they're communicating telepathically with supposed aliens, they before they can even fully formulate the thought in their own brain, before they can even fully articulate it to themselves, the aliens know what they're going to say. Maybe. Who am I? He felt as if the beings had controlled his mind during the encounter. Oh God, how I want to be an alien that can control minds. I'd have half the population of the world dancing like a goddamn chicken on a hot tin roof. Well, actually, they don't care. Cat on a hot. Fuck. Okay. Although the weather was freezing, they wore only light clothes. Well, they said they had gray business suits. Okay. They stayed mainly by a nearby river and. Is Anton involved in this goddamn fucking thing? No, his name isn't down there. Anton Anfilov. Walking cock. No, I won't even give him that much credibility. They stayed mainly by a nearby river and played games with lightning balls. No, he says lighting balls. I think he probably means lightning balls. They could disappear and reappear at will. Well, hell. When the witness touched Banar, it felt like he was touching very soft rubber. Well, that's been reported also. A few times. Kind of like really soft foam rubber, except without any texture to it. Like fat, like fatty foam rubber, or something like that. When it came time to leave, the witness was not permitted to watch. God dang it, that's reported many, many times. They will tell the witness, you know, hey, okay, we're going to go now. Don't fucking look. Just don't. And sometimes the witness just says, okay. Or sometimes they say, well, why not? What the hell? What's the problem? And the aliens, to my recollection, have never elaborated. They just said, look, we're telling you, don't look. Whatever it is, you don't want to fucking see it. Maybe you're going to turn to stone, you know, like, what's her face outside of Sodom and Gomorrah? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? That'd be cool, wouldn't it, to have something just make people turn to stone. Oh my God, that'd be it. How many people would I turn to stone? Probably about 75% of the population of the Earth. Best I never get one of those devices then. When it came time to leave, the witness was not permitted to watch. He found himself immobilized. Oh, so they're really making sure he can't turn around and look. Just before the three craft departed, they told him they would make it rain. Shortly thereafter, it began to pour and continued for 8 days. That's an unusual report. That's got a number of pretty cool things in there that are corroborated by other reports. and some things that sound just totally bullshit to me. The English names, I don't know. I got to find another way of looking at this, because just instinctively, knee-jerk reaction, I look at that and I think, no. I think, no. But, I've lived in cultures all around the world. And in a lot of languages, take Thai, for instance. I was there 10 years. Take Thailand. They don't even have an alphabet, really. They got 44 characters that they use. They got some others they don't use hardly at all anymore. Their keyboards are a fucking nightmare. And it's just scriggly, squiggly goddamn chicken walking in the mud looking shit. That's what it is. It's just fucking crap. I tried to learn it. I could not, because I just couldn't. I didn't want to very bad. But so what happens is you get some language experts come through, 100 years ago, and they say, hey, we want to make English words out of your words. And the Thais say, and the language people, they say, oh, okay, thank you, that's great, slow down, slowly, Mailu. And so they will work with the Thai people for, I don't know when this process started, probably started like a couple hundred years ago. It's continuing today to try to refine their language to the point where somebody can fucking understand it. And they will take the sounds that the Thais make, and they'll just have them repeat it 10,000 times, slower and slower, and they listen, and 5 people will listen, and they mark out every single sound that they hear, and then eventually they will formulate that into a word, an English word with consonants and vowels. They've done a really piss poor job of it. Okay, here you go. You want to find out how bad this is? Go to Google Translate. Take any English sentence. Mary had a little lamb whose fleas were white as snow, and every place that Mary went, the fleas were sure to go. Put that in English. Translate it to Thai. Highlight that. Copy it. Put it back. Convert it back from Thai to English, and you'll see what happens. It's fucking bullshit. You just get gibberish, You just get fucking gibberish. Because they've done such a very poor job of making English words out of Thai words. God, I learned just enough I could get through life okay, pretty well. But I couldn't really have any meaningful conversation with anybody. That's one of the reasons I left. Not the only reason, but that's one of the reasons. So anyway, this whole notion that aliens can take the name of their planet and convert it to an English word that a human can kind of sort of understand, well, there's precedents. I mean, they've done this with languages all over the world. Some are easier than others. Thai's got to be one of the hardest ones. Fortunately, the Thai vocabulary is very, very limited. I can't remember how many words they have in their language, but it's not very many. It's like 104 or something like that. So maybe I should stop ranking on these cases where they say the aliens told them the name of their planet and it sounds like English. Maybe I gotta lighten up on that. I'm not sure. I just instinctively don't like it. Okay, credibility or not? Yeah, probably. Much as I hate to admit it. How much sand are we going to give this thing into the bucket? Hell, let's say, I don't know. Let's say 4 grains. Okay. I smack that gavel down. I'm going to get a little gavel and I go, clack, clack. Okay. Like it's important. 4 grains. Okay. Near Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, June 24th, 1977, times night. A motorist on the Las Americas highway east of the city saw a luminous object over the ocean resembling a transparent tube. Flying condom. It was slightly touching the water surface. How big? Huh. Wouldn't that be fun to have like a 70-foot long condom? Fill that turkey full of hot air and let it go? Son of a bitch. The fun you could have. If I had Gates's money, I'd have a factory cranking them out. Okay. No, I really would. I would try to have that money gone by the time I died. But by God, there'd be fun to be had. I'd be one of the most hated people on the earth, and I would revel in every goddamn second of it. Okay. I lost my... Okay, slightly touching the water surface. The object suddenly rose and approached the coastal area. The witness was now able to see several lighted windows. Oh my God, it's the Probomatic. Son of a bitch. I haven't seen it for the last few days. One of the upcoming episodes, I'll put it back in here. It flies back and forth sometimes behind me. The Probomatic 8800. It sounds like that. It sounds oh my God. No, really, it sounds a lot like that now. Come to think of it. Son of a bitch. And in one of them, a humanoid figure. On another window, he saw a second figure that appeared to be watching him. It's the Probo-fucking-matic. So go back, I don't know. I only used that thing, for a few episodes. Go back about 5 or 6 or 7 episodes. It's in there. You have to wait for it, But I'll put it in again. Not this time, because we're in the goddamn submarine on the bottom of the ocean, okay? So they can't have fucking Probomatic down here. Okay. So there's 2 creepazoids in there looking out or doing something. At this point, the witness vehicle stalled. Okay, commonly reported. He then noticed a second similar object hovering over his car. Well, that means he's fucked. The Probomatic be coming for you. He also saw 2 large black objects resembling tubes, one on each behind the objects. Okay, got it. Which suddenly seemed to suck the objects in. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm not visualizing this. His car stalled. He then noticed a second similar object like a giant flying condom. Okay, hovering over his car. He also saw 2 large black objects resembling tubes, more tubes. Okay, it's just more tubes. One each behind the objects. Oh, Howard Stern would take this. And, I hate that motherfucker so bad. I loathe him, but I also admire him. I wonder if he'd give me a hug after all the bad shit I've said about him. Nah, fuck him. Okay. I'm trying to visualize this. So they got 2 big tubes with windows and creepazoids looking out. And then they got 2 other tubes behind each one, and they're black. And it sucks the objects in. So I'm visualizing a cigar tube. Okay, so you got the cigar out there flying around, and then you got the tubes up behind it, and it sucks the cigar in. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Oh, Jesus. Okay, the 2 black tube-like objects then quickly departed silently. During the incident, the witness felt numb and terrible pains in his legs. Well, that's because his heart is, kind of acting up there. Probably got days to live, poor turkey. Credibility or not, yeah. Probably exactly what he saw. Probably exactly what he saw. He's not trying to aggrandize himself. He's not trying to look cool. He's not trying to look handsome. He's not saying he was brave. He probably just saw this. I give him 10 grains of sand. No. Fuck it. I give him 15. Yeah. 15 grains of sand into the bucket. Okay. Near Los something Laridis, Spain, June 26, 1977, times 0500, 5 o'clock in the morning. Pedro Mateo and his wife Gloria Jimenez. God damn it, if you ever see one of these things and you're making a report, do not just use Bob Smith, okay? Do not put your name on there. Do not, because you're going to be haunted for the rest of your life by every stupid son of a bitch on earth. Just put Bob Smith. Put an asterisk next to it, Bob Smith. Real name on file, That's it. That's all you got to do. Pedro Mateo and his wife Gloria Jimenez. Wait a minute. Why they get different last names? Girlfriend. I'm getting girlfriend. Concubine. Were driving toward Barcelona when they noticed an oval-shaped craft hovering on the side of the road. As they watched the object, commas please. As they watched the object, they noticed a sign. Huh? What the hell? I gotta shift gears now. I was going in third gear, now I've got to go down to first gear. As they watched the object, they noticed a sign that read, gas station 1,000 meters. What the fucking... It sounds like some kind of weirdo sign thing, just an advertising sign for the gas station 1,000 meters. It's probably a balloon on little wires or something like that. The driver sped up, and seconds later they saw the object disappearing into the sky. Well, the wires broke, maybe. They then saw another sign indicating that there was a gas station 1 kilometer away. Well, wait a minute. How many meters in a kilometer? 1,000 meters in a kilometer, right? Yes. So, shit. When they got there, it was a very odd station. Okay, I know where they're going with this, and this phenomenon has been reported not a lot, but certainly enough times to make you wonder about it. About as much as I wonder if Frankenberry is gay. I wonder about that sometimes. He's not really dead, by the way. I just made this. I don't know why. Because I wanted to kill him, but I didn't yet. Okay. This notion of a weird place that turns out to be something else has been reported around some number of times. I'm thinking a handful or two, of 9,400 reports, a handful or two times this has come up. In most of those cases, they're pretty easy to dismiss. In some of them, they're not easy to dismiss. Okay, when they got there, it was a very odd station. It had one pump and a broken down shed. Oh my God, it must be Southeast Asia. Jesus Christ. Down here, when you need gas, you just go to an area that has a lot of sidewalk stalls out by the road or in the road. And you go really, really slow. And there may or may not be a sign, but there will be a rack full of old whiskey bottles, usually green. And you just pull up there, open up your tank, and you tell them how many liters, how many bottles you want, and you pay. And you glug, glug, glug each bottle in there. You got to be careful, because if you can't really top it up, because if you get that last bottle, and it overflows, then you're in trouble. And there ain't no change back, Okay, a man emerged as they reached the site. The man was very tall, almost 7 feet, and was wearing very worn blue coveralls. Okay, all right, so far I'm not seeing anything. The witnesses asked the unusual man if he had seen anything strange in the sky. The man then covered his face with something that looked like a sandwich. Oh, this is slipping. And replied that nothing had happened all morning. He then walked back into the shed. I guess they didn't get their gas. At no time did the couple see the man's face. Well, that means he's got to be an alien. Can't just be somebody with a skin disease. It's got to be an alien. Capture him. Capture him. Some missing time was noted by the witnesses, and the car's roof turned pinkish in color. Yeah, God. Must have been a Ford product. The entire music cassette had mysteriously been erased. Okay, that's it. The end. Oh, hell. I can't even gamble a molecule of sand on that thing. It's just reaching. That's a bridge too far. Okay, bye-bye. This may be the last one. We'll see how the time is after this. El Yunque, I don't know, Puerto Rico. Late June 1977, 11 o'clock in the morning, a Mrs. Maldonado, oh God, I can't pronounce it, had gone to visit the tropical rainforest with her family and was staying, bugs, in a camping ground area. I've lived in a number of rainforests. There ain't nothing to see there, folks, except bugs. Just bugs. That's all there is. And the smell of stinky, rotting vegetation. That's it. That's all there is. It's not cool or romantic or interesting in any way unless you like bugs. Snakes. Frogs, maybe. Oh, God. Okay, so she went to the rainforest and was staying in the campground. While her husband, Angel Lewis, nice name, and her children were bathing in a nearby river, Mrs. Maldonado decided to do some relaxing exercises. Or something like that. Yeah. Something like that. Can be called exercise. Suddenly she became apprehensive and felt that hundreds of eyes were watching her. Well, yeah, they were. It's called snakes. She felt numerous presences in the forest around her. Yeah. Looking closely at the trees, she noticed numerous strange beings standing around the fields and behind the trees looking at her. They got pygmies, Puerto Rico. I don't know what they got there. I don't. Maybe. Who knows? Never been there. She felt as if the beings were attempting to dominate her mind because they wanted her to take the rest of the clothing off. Oh, Howard Stern would take it. I'm not going to. She felt helpless and could not move at all. The beings were thin, dark, and almost human-shaped with large, elongated heads, hole-like mouths, and small, pointy ears. Oh, God, it's a bunch of animated sex dolls. She did not notice a nose. The beings were about 4 feet tall, with long, thin, dangling arms to their knees. Well, they're pretty poorly designed sex dolls, I suppose. Something about this, I don't like it. I can't tell you why, but I don't like it. She felt a warming and numbing sensation throughout her body. She fought the feeling and was suddenly able to move. She immediately ran towards her husband and children. They too had felt a strange sensation. Okay, this is pretty common. Somebody comes running up to you all hyperventilating and excited, and they say, God, I just felt this weird warm sensation. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, yeah, I think I did too. I think I felt that also. Okay. They too had felt a strange sensation and saw figures quickly running among the trees. The family quickly picked up their belongings and left the area. Okay, and where's the aliens? Well, they look weird, I guess, but, I didn't see flying saucers. And no suggestion that anybody got probed. And, okay, what are we doing for time here? Let's see. Oh, yeah, we got time. Location not given. July 1977, early morning, 3 days before Anne Kennedy was to enter the hospital for surgery on her advanced uterine cancer. God dang it. The doorbell rang. Her husband opened the door, and there stood a 6'6" tall black man with deep azure blue eyes. He introduced himself as Thomas, and I'm going to go verbatim, and you figure it out. He introduced himself as Thomas and told he that, oh yeah, they mean she. God bless it. He introduced himself as Thomas and told her that the cancer was gone. Okay, happy days. Confused and startled, they let him in and asked him who he was. He replied, "I'm Thomas. I'm sent by God." I hope so. I dearly hope so. Next, he held up his right hand, palm facing Anne, and leaned toward her. And they're not the least bit worried. Nobody's got a Glock. She felt an incredible heat coming from his hand. Suddenly, she felt weak and fell to the floor. As she lay there, a strong white light traveled through her body, beginning at her feet. She passed out. Later, she woke, and her husband was leaning over her, asking if she was alive. Thomas was gone. Later tests proved that her cancer was totally gone. There's quite a few cases of reports of this. And in most of the cases, it seems to me like it's some kind of wishful thinking thing. When my wife had cancer, every fantasy and dream ever known to humankind went through my head about 400 times each. You think of things like this. You pray for them. You pray for them. You do. You can't help it. Can't help it. It's going to happen. If it happens to somebody close to you, you're going to experience this. Well, I mean, not necessarily getting cured, but you're going to experience wishing for Thomas to come and fix it all. You're going to wish it. You get. All right. I've not seen aliens. There are some cases in this database where where something like this has happened in front of multiple witnesses, and the being things, whatever they were, did come out of something you could describe as flying saucers. In this case, there's no known such craft. I do believe it's possible for humans to heal each other, but yeah, it's about 400 billion times more rare than people think. But it can happen. I believe I do. Okay, I can't. I'm not seeing aliens here at all. It's a nice story. Hope it happened. I hope it was real. I hope the cancer didn't come back. What year is this? 77. I wonder. Let's see. You got a full name? Yeah, you got a full name. Oh, you don't have a location. Damn it! I would be really curious to to go googling around. To go googling. Oh, come on, and try to find out what the hell's going on here, and try to find out if she's alive today, or if she died years later of some other cause. I'd like to see the hospital records. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, this whole endeavor is for aliens, not for angels. Okay, how are we doing? No, this one's longish. We don't have time for it. Okay, so we'd be done. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Frankenberry's alive. God damn it, he is. He's lived to be 1,000. He's got alien DNA. It's confirmed, documented. He did say he was sorry he didn't go on the Titan II. So that sounded like a lot of fun. He's thinking maybe he could have seen some fish, you know. I said, no, ain't no fish at 13,000 feet, dumbass. All right. Enough tomfoolery. Thank you very much. I got to go bail out some water now because it's getting up over my shoes right now. And you know it. Thank you very much, and good evening, and good camera. Good night.